Hey guys, this is Dan from Mobility Side here with the Motorola Zoom and Android 3.0 Honeycomb. We figured we'd take you through a quick software tour instead of the traditional write-up post just for a change and see how you guys like it. So here's your home screen. So you get 5 customizable home screen panels. It should look very familiar to people who use Android on their phone. And you can customize it with widgets, so you get a nice assortment of widgets, app shortcuts, wallpapers, so you can customize wallpaper in the back, and you can customize some other miscellaneous materials. So we're going to actually drop a widget here. We'll drop the picture frame, and you can drop it onto this screen, and we'll jump down there. It'll ask me to select photo. We'll select this picture. Kind of stretch it out a tiny bit. Okay, and we now have a picture frame on my home screen. So you can pretty much customize this with whatever you like. I have my email over here. I have some books over here. On the next page to the left, I have the market widget, so I can browse through a few applications. This was supposed to be a YouTube widget, but it's not loading up for some reason. I might go ahead and re-add that for you guys, just to see what it looks like. YouTube, drop. There we go, so it's working now. Drag it up to the original position, and you can see, scroll through videos. Here's a music widget. So this is just pretty standard Android business. As you can probably see, there are a few changes to the general user interface. First off, up here, you got a little apps button, which basically shows you all the applications on the device. Down here, you might have noticed these buttons. These are your new control buttons. This one is for back, this one's for home, and this one is your multitasking button, which shows you some of your most recently launched apps. They're replacing the standard hardware home button, hardware menu button, hardware back button. And I think it's pretty nice. It definitely takes some time to get used to. But it took me about a day, 24 hours to get used to it. But it's a really nice change. So instead of having to fumble for hardware just to go home, you can just directly use these buttons on the screen. Over here is the notification section, the notification panel, if you will. Android has a fantastic implementation of notifications. It's pretty nice on the tablet version of Android too. So you can see your notifications one by one. So here's a mix. Go ahead and turn up the music, the volume a little bit. So here's a mix for my buddy Monster. We can play a little bit of it. Right, so we can see each one of these notifications individually. So I have a market update, and I'll have an email, or I can see them all together if I tap on the time. It'll show me the time in large, the date, the connection type, which is my Wi-Fi network, the battery status. So you get a Gmail, so I have a Gmail notification, a market notification, and a music notification, and it's all put together in one. I can also tap here, and it'll show me airplane mode, Wi-Fi, just some general settings. So really nice implementation of the notification system. Much better than what the iPad is using. Just pop your notifications in your face. We're going to go ahead and walk you through a few of the applications that are on Honeycomb. So this is the Honeycomb launcher. You get all your apps, which is the ones that come preloaded and the ones that you install. And my apps, just the ones that I've installed. Walk you through books really quick. We're going to jump back to the main interface here. So you'll notice this interface throughout the entire tour here, which is this carousel interface. So, I only have 3 books here, but when you have more, it scrolls in a really nice manner. So we're going to go ahead and open a book, and you can see the dual-core processor on the Zoom is really snappy. There's absolutely no lag when jumping between pages on this book. Let's take a look at another application that uses that carousel interface, which would be YouTube. So this is the YouTube application. We had to jump onto a faster connection here to show you. But you can see, you get that same carousel effect when scrolling through videos. And obviously you get your different tabs, browse and my channel. But home is really where you can see that UI, that carousel UI going on here. Let's take a look at the browser. As you might be able to see right now, we're actually on Mobility Site. Let's jump back to our main home page, and you'll notice that the Honeycomb version of the browser is actually very similar to Google Chrome on your desktop. You can see you get the tab browsing interface up top. So I was searching for Flash. By the way, this thing runs Adobe Flash 10.2. However, it seems to be pretty buggy. The browser slowed down a lot after installing Flash, so I didn't bother with using Flash. But it works, that's for one. So you got a little bit of a loading problem ever since installing Flash. Anyway, so you get your tab interface up top, which is really nice. The Zoom has a gigabyte of RAM, so jumping between pages isn't a problem. And you get your menu up here, which allows you to have an incognito tab for those of you that like to browse without any history. Yeah, anyway, so you get your search. So a pretty typical browser, renders really well before the Flash update. After adding Flash, we've encountered some issues in the browser. Let's take a look at Gmail. Gmail is pretty nice. It's got a really nice user interface here. So you have your folders on the left side, as you can see, and you have your messages on the right. You can also tap a message, and your message list will go to the left, and you'll see the actual message on the right. You can reply to the email, you can reply all, you can forward it. Hit reply, you can see the keyboard. It's a very comfortable keyboard. We'll go ahead and try and type something. Whoops. I can type with both hands, but I'm a little bit at an awkward angle because of the camera. But you can see the text input on the Zoom is really easy, and the keyboard is great. So we're going to go ahead and jump out of that. You can also jump between your different inboxes up top. So here's my work email, and really easy to inbox switching. It also comes with an email application, which is basically the same thing, but supports some other clients besides Gmail. Let's take a look at music. Again, you can see that it employs the kind of the scrolling effect. I don't know if carousel, now that I think about it, I don't think carousel is the right word for it, but you can see that kind of a scrolling effect is present throughout the entire operating system. The music app is really nice. So here's the mix that I was playing earlier from Monster. We're going to go ahead and scroll back a little bit since I was listening earlier.
The sillies are crazy little creatures that live inside of us and need to be shaken out. We're going to have to jump, shake, and shimmy them out. So come on, let's all do it together.
So the music application is really, really nice. Much better than previous versions of Android. Lastly, let's take a look at the Android market. You can get your Android applications, and you can also get books for Google Books. We'll let this load up. You can scroll through and purchase books. So it's a really nice interface. You can see some of the featured apps up top, but there's definitely a huge lack for tablet applications. So over here you get this little section called featured tablet apps, and I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but right up there, there's 50 results. So you basically have 50 tablet optimized applications. And I've actually heard some other reports that these 50 applications don't actually represent tablet applications, because a few of these, I believe the Kindle application, we'll actually install this one for you, the Kindle application isn't ready for 3.0. That was a bug there. I didn't try to launch. That was an interesting bug. But we're going to go ahead and install Kindle. You saw just a second ago that Kindle was listed under the featured tablet apps. But after it finishes installing, you'll see that it doesn't actually utilize Honeycomb. It's not 3.0 ready at all. So, there's a definite lack of tablet application on the Zoom, which is very, very disappointing, to be honest. So here's the Kindle application. Launch it, and that's not, 3.0 optimized. With that said, Honeycomb applications are really nice. For example, Google Body, which is a Google-developed application, utilizes Honeycomb really nicely. For people who want to study the human body, it's a pretty fun app. You can scroll through. Utilizes the dual-core processor really well. We can go to different layers and take a look. So Honeycomb applications, when developed well, are really nice. but unfortunately there's a huge lack of them right now. So that was a quick look at Android 3.0 Honeycomb. We think there's a great potential here, and I think Google did a great job with the operating system. But there are a few drawbacks. The first being the lack of tablet applications. As I showed you guys, there's only 50 featured tablet applications, and not all of them are actually Honeycomb ready. It's pretty disappointing since applications are very crucial to the tablet operating systems out there now. For example, on the iPad, I don't like to compare the Zoom to the iPad because they're basically comparing apples to oranges. But the iPad had 2,300 applications the day before the launch, and a month after the Zoom launches, there's only 50 applications, and I think Google really needs to get the developers to release Honeycomb versions of their applications, or just get more Honeycomb applications on the Android market. Another drawback that we noticed is that it's quite buggy. As you can see when I showed you the market, it jumped to NeoCore, which is an application I have installed, but I was actually trying to install Kindle. So there's a lot of bugs involved in the operating system. We noticed quite a bit of force closing. That's just something Google needs to get worked out, and it'll get better as the operating system matures. They'll push out bug fixes and stuff. So I'm not too worried about that, but my main concern with Honeycomb would be the lack of applications. Thanks for watching, and see you guys later.